So we're looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2 Game Reverse Venom figure, of course from the Spider-Man 2 video game on the PS5. This figure has always been advertised as a pretty massive figure, and the massive price tag on it sure is an indication of that, or at least we hope. But getting him in hand is a whole different type of feeling, I think. I mean, I anticipated it to be pretty big, but it's a big beefy figure in hand. It looks very nice in the packaging. I can't even fit the whole package in frame right now, but he looks great. Top to bottom, I guess I can pan up and down. Down below we get the Spider-Man 2 Game Reverse logos, and then the figure through the window looks great. On the back side we get a very cool image art of Miles Morales and Spider-Man from the video game, and a little read up there on the back. So this figure is almost 11 inches. He stands about 10.5 inches tall. So he's pretty close to a 12-inch figure, pretty close, but he's about 10.5 inches tall. So if I wanted to fit him completely in frame, you can see I'm totally out of my reviewing area here. Compared to another Venom figure, you can see just how massive he is. This is the Venom that came in the, I don't even know, I think it was a 3-pack Amazon exclusive. It was an exclusive box set, and it comes with that Eddie Brock head and symbiote. You know, you can see how it's half head, half symbiote. That's pretty cool. But in terms of height, you know that Venom is already pretty, you know, it's taller than your typical Marvel Legend, the Eddie Brock one on the right. Yeah, I mean, you could just see the sheer size of the Game Reverse version. So here he is next to the cell shaded Spider-Man. This was a Walmart exclusive release, and he stands about around his groin. Depending on whether or not you have the Deluxe release or the Build-A-Figure release, it's the same figure. Next to the Venom Game Reverse, the Build-A-Figure stands around, I guess it's midsection, it's abdominal area in terms of height. Now I don't have the Marvel Legends version of the Game Reverse Spider-Man, but I have the SH Figuarts version, which is far superior, and he's a little bit smaller than the Marvel Legends version, so he might look a little bit smaller here next to Venom. I do think Hasbro should re-release the Marvel Legends version, remake it, not re-release it, but completely remake it. Anyways, it's one of those figures that because of the size, the sheer presence of it gives your display that much more of an upgrade, that much more of a, like, it's gonna look good, and whoever is over to see your collection, they're gonna really gravitate towards this piece. Videos and pictures just do not do it justice. Once you get it in hand, you'll understand. This is definitely a Build-A-Figure quality of a release, a Build-A-Figure size. If anything, it's bigger than any Build-A-Figure that we've gotten in any recent time. And with that comes a big price tag. It's $60 retail. It's a little steep, but for the size, maybe it's worth it. It just depends. It really does. I think the sweet spot for this would have been maybe $50 or $40, of course. So this Venom comes with some accessories. He just doesn't come like this. He comes with an open mouth, of course, so we can get him with the iconic Venom tongue, of course, in his teeth. And nothing is adjustable. The tongue is not bendy wire or anything like that. The tongue is also not removable as far as I'm concerned. No, it's not removable. What you can do is it comes with a optional saliva accessory, which is very cool. I like that it's removable because it's optional. You don't have to have it. If you don't like it, then you can just have his open mouth like this, of course. But if you do want it, the option is there. You just slide it through the tongue here, and you're gonna have to tuck it in underneath the teeth, open his mouth a little bit, and then push it in, and then you'll have his saliva. And it actually works pretty well. You know, it's a clear transparent plastic, and it looks like saliva. So if you prefer a little bit more detail, then you can go this way, or if you don't want it at all, if it's just too much for you, or you don't like the way it looks, then you can remove it. I think it looks good either way. You can see the figure comes with 2 open hands right here, and he also comes with a pair of fists, so you can have him punch Spider-Man all he wants, of course. And then his last accessory will be these tendrils, which is awesome. These are big enough and pliable enough to grab another figure, so you can have a victim in his grasp like this, and in his hand. So you can see the peg right there. Very cool accessory, and that is everything he comes with. Going back to the figure itself, he comes with some very nice detailing. It's all new body mold, of course. He's completely pinless from knees to elbow. The white paint is a glossy paint, and so is the black, but it's like it's like an in-between matte and glossy. It's shiny enough to give it that symbiote slimy look, but it's not overdone. You know, it's not super shiny like the Hot Toys version. So I guess that's up to preference whether or not you want it shinier or not. It just depends how much light you have around as well. But overall, I'm loving the details, the sculpt, and he even comes with toe hinges, which is very nice. So toe hinges are on this figure, and so we also do get a shin swivel. Of course, the ankles rock. They have that little tilt, and then the ankle hinge. Everything else is what we expect. We have the double jointed knees. We have our T-jointed legs. They go in and out, of course, to see how far out he can do the splits. About this far out. We have the lower ab crunch that is on a clicking system. There's a diaphragm joint at the top. Of course, we get some nice butterfly joints at the torso, so you can spread his arms out or move forward a little bit right there. Bicep swivel, hinge at the shoulder, double jointed. Elbows are very smooth too. They're not super tight or super loose. Hinge at the wrist, and then of course the head will go up. It will go down. It will swivel left and right. So overall, you have all the points of articulation that you would want. Now, of course, his legs don't drop down, so his legs won't kick forward, too much. But you'll be able to get the basics, or you'll be able to get most poses done pretty well, I would say. Now, you may be asking why this figure is so massive. Why is he so huge? He might be overscaled compared to your other legends, and actually, that's because it's accurate to the game. The game Venom is massive. If you ever play the video game, you'll see, and Venom is probably the best part of that game. That game is overall great, but the one of the best parts of that game is Venom, and you'll see if you haven't played the game what I mean by that. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't. If this release is prompting you to go try out that game and play for the first time, I don't want to spoil it for you, but Venom is one of my favorite parts of Spider-Man 2, the video game on the PS5. Right now, I'm having a hard time deciding on whether I want to have him in this look or if I would rather have him in this look. And both of them are iconic, both of them are great. Of course, the more iconic one would be the open mouth with the tongue, but it is pretty expressive and it does change the look quite a bit. But again, what's Venom without this look right here? Again, I have the saliva attached to it. It just adds that extra detail. I love that they thought about adding that feature and that they made it removable as well. Here's one more look, but without the saliva. The tongue is also shiny too, so it gives that saliva look. But overall, when the lights are hitting it, the figure does shine and gloss quite a bit, so that gives it all that accurate symbiote slimy look that we should be seeing with Venom. So overall, I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this Venom figure. He's pricey, he's a little expensive. I think he should be a little bit cheaper. But you get a lot of plastic for this release. He's a pretty hefty figure, and he's bigger than most recent Build-A-Figures out there. I think this is one of the best figures of the year, although I gotta admit I haven't bought many figures this year, so I can't really make that statement because I don't have them all in hand. But just based off of what I've seen in pictures, this has to be up there in top 5 category or top 10 category for figures of the year, at least for Marvel Legends. So I love it. I love the size. I love the accuracy and everything about it. So I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this one. I don't know if it's going to sell out because the price tag is just very steep, but who knows? I've seen crazier things. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.